everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kathy Jarvis and you're at Life at Sunny Lee. And what I'm doing today is I am getting ready to store some flour for long term. Now with everything going on in the world right now, I want to make sure I have enough flour to do baking, because there's a good possibility that the bread and anything that's made out of flour may become harder to find, or at least the price is going to go up on them. So I figure if I have my flour, I can bake the bread, the muffins, the cookies, whatever we need or whatever we want, and not have to buy them at the store. So one of the things I did was I went and bought some flour this past couple days, and now I'm getting ready to store it long term. Now if you leave it in the original bags, it's going to be good for as long as it says on the bag, as long as it stays out of the light, no bugs get into it, and it doesn't get wet. But you can extend that life of this flour by up to 2 years or even longer, depending on how you go about storing it for long-term storage. Now I'm not planning on 20 or 30 years. I'm just planning on the next couple of years, at least for Christmas and stuff, to get back, back into this time next year. So about a year's worth. But I don't want to leave it in the original containers because of, like I said, bugs, dampness, stuff like that. So what I did was I got some pint jars, which I sterilized in the dishwasher, and then I took the 5-gallon bag of flour and I divided it into the jars. Now I have 2 cups of flour in each of these jars, because that is what most of my recipes call for. And that way I can just open up a jar and it'll be fine. Now if I just vacuum seal these jars, they'll be good for another 1 to 2 years. But if I vacuum seal them and then put them in the freezer, they're going to be good for a lot longer. But you can't just put the flour in these and then vacuum seal it. That will not work. What you have to do is take a paper towel or a cloth or anything and cut out a circle. Very simple. It doesn't have to be a super big circle. And then put that into your jar. Let me get you down here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, you put the circle into the jar like so. Tuck it down to the sides so the flour doesn't come up into your vacuum sealer, because you do not want to get this clogged up with flour. Once you get the paper in, put your lid on, make sure there's nothing on the lid, make sure there's nothing on the jar. Pop this on, connect your hose to your vacuum sealer, pop it on here. Okay, while I'm doing this, I'm watching to make sure that there's no flour going up into this tube. Okay, once it stops, you hear that pop, take it off, and it's sealed. And then put your ring on them. And this should last, like I said, 1 to 2 years on the shelf. If you put them in a dark spot, You need to put them in an area that is dark and cool, or you can put them in your freezer, which is always dark until you open the door and it's cool. And this will keep it your flour good. Now, if you put these in the freezer and you get ready to use them, take them out, leave them thaw out in the canister before you open it. Leave it completely thaw out. That way all the moisture will be on the outside of the jar and will not get your flour damp. Because the reason I did it in the 2 cups is because that's what most of my recipes require. So I just need to grab out whatever I need. So I will continue to vacuum seal these, and then I will take them upstairs and put them in the freezer until I need them. So I hope you've learned something. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you would. I'm tongue twisted here today. And remember to dream big and follow that dream. And I would definitely recommend that you start stocking up on a few things. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.